Dust2 is one of CS2's most polarizing maps. You either hate it or love it. The frustration from the former usually stems from not knowing how to play the map, which can lead to a feeling of helplessness. So in this video, I'm gonna show you how you can play 3 defaults on the T side of Dust2. First of all, let's discuss when which default is appropriate. So to start off, if you have the best spawn for the A long area, you can just play an A default where you're immediately taking control over A long and then the A short area, and usually you end up with an A split. Alternatively, if you have 2 or more good spawns towards the B side, you can just play a full out B rush, where you just need to coordinate with your teammates who is throwing which smokes in order to smoke off the B window and door area, and who is watching for a potential push towards the upper tunnels from the cities. And last of all, there is the neutral default, where you have not really a lot going on towards the B side or the A side, where you're basically taking everything but the A long area. To begin with, for the A default, you need to have one person in the best spawn towards the A long areas. And how you want to proceed from here is just send the guy with the best spawn towards the A long areas, and obviously out of A long towards the blue container right here. And the reason why you need this spawn is because the best city spawn will always beat the best T spawn, but if you have the best T spawn, then by the time these cities are usually throwing this Molotov towards the A long doors here, by the point the Molotov is halfway through, the T is able to jump out the A long doors. So you have a tiny window of time where you can actually get a shot of the city. You don't actually need to kill them, but you can basically get out the A long doors for free here. Arguably more important than the first guy is the second guy, who is throwing support flashes. Now, what is really common in lower elos is that if someone's rushing out A long, there are 2 or 3 guys following him and throwing flashes like this that are landing way too deep. So again, just suppose there is an orb posted on this angle and they're not throwing a Molotov. So if you throw a flash like this, it won't do anything. So you need to throw proper flashes. And this actually isn't that hard. In order to throw a good flash, you just want to line yourself up close to this wall here. Look for this dark line in the wall, go a bit down and just do a jump throw. And as you can see, if you throw this flash instead, I'm holding the same angle, I will get fully flashed. And now you just need to get the proper timing down. Again, remember, if the first guy is going out and he's jumping out the A long doors, the CT is about to get back behind cover if they're not playing an orb. So you kind of need to have the first flash pop just before your teammate is jumping out the A long doors. So once your player is about this area here, the flash needs to pop. So in order to get the timing down, again, you line yourself up, and just before your guy enters the A long doors, you're just throwing the flash. And if you throw the flash this way, then it pops with a pretty good timing. And then obviously you need to do the same thing in order to get the second guy out, but more on that in a second. The third player wants to support the orb player at the start of each round by lining himself up in front of this crack between these 2 bricks, and then look for this dark spot at the wall, look at it and do a jump throw. And this smoke is gonna bloom between the mid doors, and because it lands between the doors, it's gonna bloom really high and deny the cities any information towards the cat area. So let's just go on to the 4th player, and the 4th player is usually your orb player. Just want to jump down towards suicide at the start of each round and just hold for any pushes towards the top mid and spot anyone that might be pushing towards the lower tunnels area. Now continue with the 3rd guy. After you have thrown your smoke towards mid doors, you're just supposed to go in towards the A long doors and wait until the Molotov these cities have thrown dissipates. And once this is the case, you just request a second support flash, and together with this support flash you can go out A long doors as well. And the first guy that is supposed to be holding an angle like so, or just hiding behind blue, can help you to challenge any city that might be holding you, so you can trade 1 for 1 in the worst case scenario. Now all that's left is the 5th guy, and the 5th guy basically just wants to take the tunnels area by himself. You just need to watch out if you're going tunnels that you're holding for any pushes from lower tunnels towards upper tunnels for a few seconds, since there is a slight timing window if your orb doesn't have the best spawn, where a city might be able to cross through the mid doors towards lower tunnel and then push upper tunnels. So basically just hold a bit and then you're taking the remainder of lower tunnels. Remember, mid doors is smoked, so basically you just want to clear left of you, right side close if anyone has pushed, behind Xbox, look if anyone is going aggressive or short, and then clear the remainder of lower tunnels right here. And if you have any doubts that someone might be hiding like at the very back of short, you can just go for a quick jump spot, which will reveal anyone playing on the A short areas. And from here on out, remember mid doors is still smoked. You want to pull your AWP player back towards this corner right here. And the player that was in lower tunnels is supposed to go towards the A short area. And obviously close to this angle right here. And from here on out, the AWP player can throw a Molotov like so. We are just aiming a bit below the antenna right here. Do a left click throw, and before the Molotov pops, like just before the Molotov pops, you follow it up with a flash where I just aim at this thingy here and do a left click throw. And the Molotov, as you can see here with the dark arrows, is gonna burn anyone that might be hiding behind the stairs. So this basically forces them to either push towards short, where your other player on short can get an easy frag, or back towards the short area. And for this case, you are throwing the support flash, with which your player can then peek and challenge anyone. Even if there is an AWP holding this angle, like if I'm holding a close angle like so, the flash is usually tight enough to also flash an AWP holding this angle off. And it's also wide enough to flash anyone off that might be holding a close angle like so. And from here on out, you have the entirety of A long, you have the entirety of A short. The cities don't know how many players are up on catwalk, if there is anyone upper tunnels, lower tunnels, whatever. So you can just execute the A side, or you can just leave one player on A long, fall back, split towards B, go towards tunnels, play B, execute, whatever. Next, for the second default, and I'll just call it the neutral default, you're not having any top spawns towards the A long area, and you don't have a lot of good spawns towards the B area. So you're kind of forced to work your way around that and just take whatever you can on the map. So in this case, you can't reasonably take the A long area immediately, so you just want to put one guy in front of A long doors that is holding for any aggressions. And now for the B side, instead of just one player going there, you have two players going there. So again, the first guy is just holding for any pushes and then get close. Second guy is gonna help him, just hold the angle. Once the first guy is close here, the second guy can get himself stuck in this corner here and then throw a flash against the straight wall right here. You can see just a tiny bit of it, so if you aim right here, throw the flash, it's gonna pop behind him, and together with this flash, other guy can be clearing the lower tunnels, and again, jump spot for anyone that might be playing on the A short area. Now, this leaves us with just two guys, but I've actually forgotten to mention something before. Namely, the guy that is supposed to hold for any A long aggressions is also responsible for throwing the supportive smoke towards mid doors. I've shown it before, this smoke right here. And then to continue, the AWP, same as before, you're just going down towards suicide, hold for any pushes towards top mid or lower tunnels. And the last remaining guy is going close towards the A long area and holds for any mid pushes that might have slipped through your AWP player. Or, I mean, if there are multiple people pushing up mid, your AWP can reasonably only get one guy, so you're just there in case anyone pushes. And from here on out, it's basically the same as before, except that you are now having two players that can be going towards the A short area. Your AWP, once again, you can get yourself stuck in this corner here, throw the same util I've shown it before, Molotov, follow it up with the flash, and in this case you can just double pick the A short area. And once you've taken the A short area, you can discuss with the team on how you want to proceed from here. Do you want to retake the A long areas? Are you just playing a standard B split, or do we want to force an A short push? It's all up to you. Now last of all, we only need to go over the B rush real quick. So if you have two or more people spawning at these spawns right here, like this is the best B spawn, another good B spawn, another good B spawn, another good B spawn, and this one is also acceptable, you just want to go, or like full send it down towards the B side. And you just need to basically properly coordinate with who is doing what. So if you have the best spawn towards B and you are the first guy in the B rush, you're supposed to throw a smoke towards the B doors area. Now, at first, this might sound wrong, but as you will see in a second, this smoke is not going to delay you 1 second. So how you want to throw the smoke is quite simple. When you're going, or when you're running towards this ledge right here, you want to go towards the left, just so you can see this ladder right here. So an angle like this would be optimal. And then you're looking at the edge of this roof here, in the middle of it, and then you just keep aiming at this point, and once you're about to jump over this ledge here, you're not just jumping, you're doing a jump throw. So again, I'm seeing the ladder, aiming at the top of the roof, and I'm doing a jump throw over the ledge. And as you can see, this smoke is gonna bounce off this wall here, and then land in front of the B doors, nicely smoking them off without delaying you. Now, the second guy wants to follow the first guy. I'm just going over the guys that are rushing out tunnels in a second. And then you have the fourth or fifth guy, like that's on you how you want to coordinate the rush, that is supposed to smoke off the window area. And I'd preferably use the fifth and last guy for this. And the window smoke is also quite simple. You're just aiming at the receiver of this satellite dish right here, run forward until you hit the roof below it like so, and do a jump throw. So if I'm throwing the smoke, I released it a bit early, but it should still land. It's quite lenient. So it's gonna bounce once, twice, and land right in front of the window area, and it's gonna smoke off the window area. Now obviously, if you release the smoke a bit later than I just did, it's gonna land even better. So our current distribution is the fifth guy has just thrown the smoke. The first two guys are just about to enter the tunnels area, and the third and the fourth guy are just somewhere here. So for the first guy, you basically want to have your weapon out at all times and just stupidly run out towards the B side. The other guys are going to throw support flashes and extinguish the Molotov for you, and you are just here in order to, in the best case, get one frag, or in the worst case, make some space and allow for the second guy to trade you. As the second guy, you don't quite need to worry about any pushes from the lower tunnels yet, and your only responsibility is to extinguish any Molotov these cities might be throwing in order to prevent a B rush. As the third guy, while you're running and following the second guy, you are actually responsible for holding any lower aggressions, and you just wait here for a bit and then follow the other guys out here. If you are the fourth guy, you can get close to the wall on the left side right here and throw some support flashes like so. We are just aiming in the middle of the gap right here. Walk forward a few steps and then release the flash. And afterwards, you want to take over the responsibility from the third guy. So until then, the third guy needs to be careful or need to watch out for anyone that might be pushing lower tunnels. And once you've thrown the flashes, you can just again take over the position. Just look for anyone that might be pushing and then hold from here, while the third guy is then freed from this responsibility and can help out the other guys. And then last of all, you are doing the same for the fifth guy, that is then taking over the role from the fourth guy. So you have basically four guys that are free to rush the B side with just some slight delays in between, and the fifth guy that is securing the upper tunnels area. So yeah, that's pretty much it from my side. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this video helpful on your journey to becoming a better player. If that's the case, you can leave a like and subscribe for more educational CS content. As always, have a nice day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!